think it's time for a little update. What's going on, everybody? I hope you guys are having an awesome, blessed day. It's finally May and we're finally getting some nice weather here in southeastern Pennsylvania. And with that being said, I figured I'd bring you guys along and show you what I've done to my 2016 Subaru Crosstrek, talk about the mods that I put on it, as well as the future modifications that I plan to put on it in the future. Let's take a look at my 2016 Subaru Crosstrek. Since a lot of the modifications that I've done are mainly exterior and cosmetics, let's take a look at the inside of the car and see what I've changed and what I plan to do. So looking at the interior of the car, right off the back we got the black and the silver trim. We also got the tan carpet throughout the entire car, but we got the orange stitching here, as well as like a hard, tougher material, and then we got the tan carpet throughout the entire car on both seats. And the first little modification that I've done within the first, I would say, 2 weeks is the LED light strips. I had the light strips mounted here on both the driver and passenger side. I also have them mounted right here underneath the seat. So with the car on, you can definitely tell there's the red glow down there. During the day when you're driving, you can't really tell too much, but at night, this is what it looks like. And as you can tell, I have about 60,000 miles on this car. Right when I purchased it, it had about 37,000. So you could say I do a little bit of driving here and there. 23,000 in a year isn't too bad. The next little modification I have is this Orsini vinyl sticker decal that I have here. I will talk about that more when I get to the exterior of the car. I also have this Lego man here as like a little souvenir that I found on vacation down in the Outer Banks with a few college friends. Got the ROKBLOK air freshener here, as well as my GoPro camera mount for up here. I use that pretty much whenever I travel. I don't do a lot of traveling right now, but in the future, I definitely plan to use that a lot more. This compartment down here, I just keep miscellaneous stuff in. I got my camera, I got my Kershaw knife, I got some glasses, some stickers back there, and just odd and end stuff here. So another modification, if you want to classify it as a modification, is the patch collection. So far I just have 2 from PANDA Tactical. I'm hoping once I start traveling a little bit more and going different places, I can actually get patches and hopefully fill this entire front part of my car one day. So that's something cool. I actually saw some people do that on Instagram, so I figured I have some patches and why not get the collection started. So that's pretty much it for the interior of the car. I haven't really done too much inside of here. I do have the mask, so that's a new essential. And I do have some hand sanitizer as well down here. That's also essential. So besides that, there's not really any modifications that I've done in here. I think in the future, I definitely want to at some point wrap all this silver stuff. I did try to plastic dip it with red, but it did not turn out very well. So I took all that off and cleaned it up, and I figured for now I'm just gonna keep the interior as it is. There's nothing else I really want to do. So let's go on to the back seat and the trunk. So the back seat, I really did not do anything so far. I normally keep my book bag back here. I normally have this blanket back here for the dog, as well as if we're mountain biking or something and we get muddy and our jeans get dirty. That way the tan seats underneath don't get dirty. So that's pretty much it for the back seat. Nothing really fun or interesting. So let's hop back to the trunk. So looking at the trunk, there's not too much going on back here. I got a lot of odds and ends. There's a Subaru blanket. I got my Eno pillow that I use for my hammock, along with more hand sanitizer. My hammock, a helmet for mountain biking, hammock straps, and this that I used to use for work, but I figured I'd keep that in my car just in case of an emergency. So the first little modification that I plan to do in the next, hopefully, month or so is I'm gonna get something that I can hang off the seats back here, like a little storage compartment. That way all this stuff I can either clip on with these small carabiners, or like my helmet I can strap onto it, my sneakers that are muddy and things like that, I can can just throw them in the back here, possibly put a med kit in here, some jumper cables and things like that. That way I have them just in case of emergency, because a lot of times when we're out doing stuff, mountain biking, skiing or whatnot, somebody tends to hurt themselves. So it's always a good thing to have a medical kit, jumper cables and things like that. That way you can help yourself as well as help others. So another modification that I do want to do is right up here somewhere. I've actually seen them on Instagram and a bunch of people posting them. I do want to put a switch up there and maybe have more of a exterior light when I do open this trunk, because as of now, that light is all I really have. It's not that great. So that's another little modification that I plan to do up there. So that's it for the interior of the car. Now let's take a look at all these stuff that I've done on the exterior of the car. So one of the modifications that I've done are the premium auto styling overlays for the 2016 Crosstrek. These were fairly simple to put on. From there, moved down to the fog lights here. There was chrome on here, however, I didn't like chrome at all. So I went ahead and did an entire gloss black finish on this entire fog light right here. And then this is simply an overlay. I know you can get lights from Diode Dynamics as well, but if you're not looking to spend a whole ton of money, you can get those. They're fairly cheap. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description down below. But just like the headlight overlays, these also came from Premium Auto Styling as well. Moving to the front of the car, I did unfortunately have to buy this long piece of plastic, the bug deflector here. And believe it or not, it was $100, which I think is absolutely ridiculous, but whatever. I think it definitely adds to the car a little bit. This came in like a clear black, which I wasn't too big of a fan of. So I went ahead and spray painted that whole thing with the black gloss as well. And then moving to the front of the car, you see the Orsini vinyl sticker right here. It has the black carbon fiber as well as the red stars. So the grill right here is plasti dipped with a coat of clear coat on it, which I think turned out really well. And then I also just added this red gloss paint here to really bring out those stars in the middle. So, and last but not least for the front, I plasti dipped this little tow hook. So I think eventually I do want to get a tow hook here. So that'll be another modification that I do in the future. I also want to get a plate delete, or in the future I do have a light bar. So I'm thinking about mounting a light bar either down here or to the front here. So definitely weighing my options out, but that's my plan for now. I did get these crossbars as well as a visor in the back on a trade, so I think in the future I'm going to update these to a Thule system or something that can carry a little bit more weight, because I do want to eventually get a tent set up as well as an awning and things like that. So, but that's another modification for the future. The next modification that I did to the car is the ROKBLOK mud flaps. So when I was originally looking for mud flaps, I was in between these and Rally Armor. However, some of the people that I actually know who have Rally Armor, they are pretty bendy, and after time they kind of like develop this curvature to it, and I didn't want that at all. So I actually went with these ROKBLOK ones, which were actually a little bit cheaper than Rally Armor, and so far they have held up very well and they're not deforming at all. So while we're down here, I figured we'll talk about the tires that I put on here. I actually put these on yesterday, so these are extremely new, and they are the FALKEN WILDPEAK AT trail tires. They're 225/55/17, same as my stock tire that I had on before. So another little thing that I did is last week when I took the brakes off, I also took the brake calipers off and spray painted those red as well, and I think it looks pretty good with the red mud flaps and all the other small red additives here and there. I got the taillight overlays from Premium Auto Styling. Moving up to the top, the spoiler back here, it was white. However, when I first got the car, I didn't really like it too much, so I plasti dipped it, and I plasti dipped it, and I plasti dipped it. I think by the time everything was said and done, there were about 4 or 5 layers on there. After a year, they started to bubble up, so I was like, nope, don't want that anymore. So yesterday I took it off and I put the same gloss black that I put on the front, I put it on that, and I think it looks pretty good. So moving to the bottom of the Trek, we got these black overlays over the red reflectors. Those are also from Premium Auto Styling as well on both sides. I also plasti dipped this tow hook back here, which, like I said, I'll probably end up getting a front and rear tow hook in the future as well. Moving to the bottom of the car, we got the extra brake light slash hitch area. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna put a brake light in here or not, or put a hitch through here. I know I've seen a bunch of people on Instagram, but I know there's a few options where you can either run the hitch through here or it can actually go underneath the car. So that might be another option too that I weigh out and see what I want to do. But I definitely sometime in the future want to get a hitch put on here. That way I can haul a few trailers around, bikes, kayaks, and things like that. So I left the Crosstrek as well as the Subaru on my car as well. And then I plasticked it, both of those. That way I didn't have any chrome on my car. And then down here, I got all of the stuff that I like to do. I got road trips, cameras, biking, hiking, fishing, camping, skiing, all that sort of stuff. So if you guys are into any of that stuff right there, like this video and give a comment down below what you guys are into. I'd love to know what the Subaru enthusiasts out there are into, and I'm sure we share some common interests. So last but not least, I have the Orsini vinyl sticker in the back here, just like I do in the front, as well as the black gloss paint across the whole backside here, just like I did for the spoiler. All right guys, well that's gonna be it for this video. If you guys liked any of the things that you saw on my Crosstrek, I will be leaving a link in the description down below. Feel free to follow me on Instagram at jlevan_adventures, as well as my Crosstrek page, Crosstrek_BW. If there are any companies out there that want to possibly sponsor the Trek in the future, I'd love to partner with you guys and hopefully add some more modifications to this bad boy. So, all right guys, well slap a like, give a comment, and as always, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.